So a confession video. You've already seen the one about the spectacle. Basically the man wearing the wrong glasses and therefore didn't pass the eyesight. He was my second fastest fail. I'm going to give you two more fastest ever fails. And I know in COVID people failed quite quickly, but these are probably pretty record keeping. The first one was this kid got in the car and he says, yeah, we're going to go and do the driving test. Yeah, we'll go do the driving test, all the things. 30-minute drive down the test centre. Said to him before he got set off and got in the car and he was down by his house, I said, have you got your wallet? Is your wallet there? And he goes, yeah, wallet's here, absolutely fine, yeah, absolutely great. Making sure that he had his licence. I always check, because there was one time where somebody didn't have it. We got about 100 metres down the road and they suddenly remembered. So I always check, have you got your licence? Yeah, okay. All the way down to the test centre, and this guy lived about 25 minutes from the test centre. And there's no going back. If you've forgotten your licence, literally they won't let you do it. Doesn't matter how much you plead, they won't let you do it. So we got all the way down to the test centre and he goes, right, so let's get your licence out, let's go and sit in the test centre. Right, you are, I'm going to go and do that. So he went in the test centre room, called his name out, and he pulled out his wallet. My licence isn't here. I said, where's your licence? And he goes, oh man, I took it out and put it on the shelf. And I put it on the shelf to check something with my theory test, and I left it on the shelf. And the examiner just looked at him and went, where do you live? And he goes, oh, I live all the way over wherever it was. I can't remember 100% where it was. I know it was 25 minutes away, and I won't reveal it because I might get embarrassed about it. And they said, well, you're not going to be able to get there and back to the test centre in time, so we'll have to mark it as a no-show. And he was a little bit disappointed. He actually went back about 3 weeks later and passed anyway with his licence. And he was quite happy when he passed. That must have been about 3 years ago or more now. Yeah, it was quite a long time ago. My third fastest fail went all the way through the rigmarole of checking it, masks on, COVID. It was 2020. I think, to be honest, it was like in December. So it was between the second and the third lockdown. So everybody was pretty strict. When it was pretty strict, they didn't drive for very long. If you made a serious or a dangerous, they literally brought you back. So if they didn't know how you drove and they couldn't see, they saw that you couldn't drive because they can tell in the first 10 minutes, then what happens is that they just brought you straight back to the test centre. Some people only got 10, 20 minutes of driving in. Sometimes some people didn't get any. So my third fastest also coincides with somebody else's third fastest. And I think the instructor is called Derek, and it was in Sunderland at the time. And basically, all the cars had left, drove out the bay, and because in Sunderland you can reverse back into the bays, the examiner said to the people, "Yeah, just reverse back into the bay." So he's reversing back, and reversing back, and reversing back. Bash! Hit the fence. Instant fail. But with mine, what they did was they pulled out the bay. He took him down to the corner and he said, right, at the end of the road, we're going to turn right. And he goes, okay. And for some unknown reason, he just went in the wrong side of the junction, in the left-hand side of the junction. I know this had happened on a driving test somewhere else because they mistook the give way triangle as an arrow. Don't know why you would do that, but they mistook the give way triangle, and I'll put a picture somewhere of that. And you'll go, oh yeah, I can see why they would make that mistake. Went round the corner to the right. The place is to stop on the left there. He said, just stop on the left. So he pulled him over on the left, and the examiner goes, well, that's it. I'm sorry you failed. He walked out the car, walked up the car park. And I always watch people leave on driving tests. And I just watched him and just thought, why'd you go on the wrong side of the road? Went down to the car. Come on then, James, jump out. Oh yeah, I went on the wrong side of the road, didn't I? Yeah. So those are me fastest fails. One forgot his licence, left it on the side after I told him. I also had a fail in Alnwick, somewhat similar. Left the test centre, went on the wrong side of the road. I'll put a link to the video somewhere. Yeah, just unlucky sometimes. So my first, my second, my third fastest fails.